Well, hello, pretty lady. Pretty lady Callie. Are you the star of today's live post? Not only are you the star of today's live post, Callie, but our volunteers are the stars of today's live post, for it's Volunteer Appreciation Week. Hip hip hooray! Talk a little bit more about all that our volunteers do here for the cats of the Wildcat Sanctuary. Callie's got a scented box there, and I've got my paws crossed that she'll want to play with her enrichment, but nonetheless we'll spend some time with her and talk about all of the amazing things that our volunteers do for the cats of the Wildcat Sanctuary. Welcome everyone. Glad everyone's joining us today on this wonderful Friday. You smell something over there, Callie? I didn't put any scents over there, you goofball. She says, but it's still stinky over here. It's still stinky. Welcome everyone. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. Yay, volunteers, says Karen M. You're right about that. It's Volunteer Appreciation Week. And you name it. From our gardening volunteers, we have administrative volunteers, we have carpenter volunteers. All of these kind of different types of volunteers coming together to make the things that you see here at the Wildcat Sanctuary possible. And we just wanted to do a fun live post with Miss Callie and a themed box as a kind of show of our appreciation to everyone. And also I'm going to talk about a new volunteer opportunity that we're going to have opening starting pretty soon here this summer, or excuse me, this starting from June to September. That is, we are going to be looking for mowing volunteers. And I will go into a little bit more detail on that in just a moment. Miss Callie, there's a scented box over there for you, and you just got the stinky face and you're hanging out over here. Just got to go say hi to her neighbor Pandora. I'm going to walk on the other side and maybe she'll come over and join me and her box. Looks like she's stopping to get a drink of water. And as you can see here, speaking of grass and mowing, Callie's habitat might not be the greatest example for grass, but as a matter of fact, you can see that hay there, which is actually protecting some grass seed that we have put down in this habitat. And so we're looking forward to some grass growing over here. We had to do some construction last year to deal with a drainage issue in this habitat. Well, Callie, I was really hoping that you were going to help us celebrate Volunteer Appreciation Week by smashing up your box, but we'll hold on and be patient with Miss Callie. Obviously, she gets to choose what she wants to do and when she wants to do it. But we can see this lovely box here, adorned with some scents. I got some perfume on there, as well as vapor rub that the cats really like. But why don't we talk a little bit more about this new and exciting volunteer opportunity that we have coming later this summer. Callie! Oh, look at her sitting down. She, before I get talking about our volunteer opportunities, Callie has quite the affinity for Mr. Marcus, who lives next door. And so she likes staking out in the perfect spots to observe her next door neighbor. And so it looks like she's chosen to sit right in her alleyway where she can look across the way to Marcus, who is way over there. Looks like he's sitting next to Shazam. It's just a buddy hour here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Well, Callie, I was hoping for a beautiful white tigress to set the stage while I talk about Volunteer Appreciation Week and some of the opportunities that we're going to have. But if you want to come over here and lay in the sun, pretty lady, that is okay. I know that Leo and Mansa are walking around their yards right now, so we're going to go over and visit with those two. How about that? Bye, Miss Lady. All right, be patient with me, everyone. I'm just going to walk right around the corner. We also can say hi to Mr. Marcus over here, who's going to come over and give us a chuff. And of course, many chuffs of thanks to our volunteers, as it's Volunteer Appreciation Week. And many of you may not realize, but a lot of what you see done here at the Wildcat Sanctuary is made possible through volunteers. Whether it's our administrative volunteers who are helping us out servicing our donors or helping out with Facebook, be it our gardening volunteers who are really sprucing up the sanctuary and making it look even more beautiful in our memorial garden, as well as our potted plants around the Welcome Center and Animal Care Office. We have carpenter volunteers who are helping us construct perches and platforms for our cats. And new this year that we're hoping to start up is a mowing volunteer team. And we're looking for, obviously, local candidates. We're right here in Sandstone, Minnesota. We're about halfway in between Duluth and Minneapolis, so two larger hubs here in Minnesota. And that's only about an hour and a half or so drive here to the Wildcat Sanctuary where you'd be volunteering. And hey, that's not too bad. And a day of volunteering where you get to mow some lawns and obviously have the cats be the backdrop, chuffing, sitting in their chuffs as encouragement as you help us tackle the lots and lots of grass that we have here around the Wildcat Sanctuary. Sounds like a fun opportunity to me, and certainly something that we're going to encourage everyone to consider. And you can learn even more details by visiting our website. We have a volunteer tab that you can go to, and that will really explain a lot of these opportunities in addition to the mowing one that I've been talking about. Now let's look at some comments while Mr. Handsome Marcus is hanging out. Anna Marie says, hello, Callie and Marcus. Hello, Marcus. Beautiful Callie girl. That's right, Miss Callie. And her and Marcus are locking eyes and saying hi to each other. We love our tiger neighbors, don't we? And I can see Shazam in the background, Marcus's leopard neighbor. And looks like Mr. Shazam is having a little fun with a toy. Yeah, look at you go, Mr. Shazam. That's one thing that Shazam likes, is the company of other cats through that shared wall. And it's kind of a form of enrichment. Look at Shazam in the background playing. Kind of a different type of form of enrichment where we're giving our residents kind of company of their own kind, where they can exchange their scents. Obviously, they can see that other cat. They can vocalize to the other cat. And, and obviously, we're not putting cats along a shared wall where they don't get along with each other. We try to do it in a situation where each cat can benefit from having another one along the shared wall. And I think Shazam is certainly one of those cats that benefits from having some neighbors on the other side of them. And Marcus is looking into his inside room right now. Caretakers are doing some cleaning. And I assume Winona is in her room taking a nap. But Marcus, he says, I'm ready to get back into that awesome indoor bedroom and lay on that straw bed. Both Marcus and Winona each have individual bedrooms, and I was just in the indoor bedroom confirming that Marcus was outside so caretakers could go in for cleaning. And Marcus had just about spread out every last piece of straw in his bed. It seems like he's been rolling around on his back like he's in hog heaven. And it's always great seeing the cats really utilizing and loving some of the amenities that we provide them. Looking around, looking behind my shoulder here, hoping that Callie would go and play with her volunteer appreciation box, because of course that is why we're here today. The lions are singing. That's Leo. Leo just across the way, but it's Volunteer Appreciation Week, and so many of the things that happen here at the Wildcat Sanctuary are thanks to volunteers, and I want to extend my sincerest thank you. I've been seeing a lot of awesome comments of those our followers thanking our volunteers for doing the amazing work that they do. It's truly something to be acknowledged, and I gotta say that it's almost like every day here is volunteer appreciation. We're so thankful for that army of volunteers who help us tackle the many things that I've talked about, be it the gardening, be it carpentry, be it administrative needs. We have Jenny Wire, our office volunteer. She helps us do anything from helping put together some of the items from our auction to creating podcastings for the auction. It's really varies, and it's always so much appreciated when we have these volunteers coming up to help out. Kelly has decided to hang out on her platform. Hey, pretty lady. You're the original star on today's live post. She says, yes, I know I'm a star. I was mentioning earlier the mowing volunteer opportunity that we've created this year, a mowing team that we're seeking. Hopefully we can set up some actual scheduled dates that would be happening between the months of June and September, where we can actually have you coming up here on a consistent basis. And for more details on that and how to get involved, you can go right to our website. There's going to be a volunteer tab in the upper right hand corner. Lisa Parker says, yes, your volunteers are awesome. Thank you for saying that, Lisa. They certainly are, Mr. Marcus. He says, you know what, I'm a little new here still, but I've come to understand that those volunteers sure are special. I think you're exactly right, Mr. Marcus. What do you say, big guy, huh? Just a little power walk with big Tiger Marcus. Of course, Mr. Marcus is father of Dash, and you guys have learned all about Marcus by now, but as I was mentioning, going to our website, after you check out that volunteer opportunity, you can go to Marcus's resident page and learn a little more details about what brought Marcus here to the sanctuary, as well as seeing pictures from his rescue, as well as some updates on Marcus. You guys might recall that Mr. Marcus has endured not just one, but 2 oral surgeries since coming here to the Wildcat Sanctuary, either having to have teeth removed or cavities fixed, crowns, so on and so forth. You've been through a lot, Mr. Marcus, and that's another just opportunity to learn a little bit more about the cats, and maybe something you're not getting from social media. Our website's always a great resource for that. You're bringing me all the way around, big fella. I'm going to look down the way to see if we can say hi to Shazam before we wrap up today's live post. We are celebrating Volunteer Appreciation Week, and Miss Callie wasn't too enthused with her volunteer appreciation box, but that doesn't mean that she's not enthused with everything that our volunteers make possible here for the cats. I know for a fact that Callie is head over paws for everything that our volunteers make possible for our residents. That was a nice Mr. Rub, Shazam. That was a nice rub to your friend Marcus. You're such a polite boy. You are such a polite boy. And now, this is Shazam's log. Caretakers, whenever they're in his habitat, they will just come up and scent this log, and it is one of Shazam's absolute favorites. Yeah, but you need to look over for Marcus for approval, huh? You need approval from your big tiger neighbor? Hey, I'm looking at the comments right now. Beth is one of our dedicated volunteers. Beth, thank you. I'd certainly appreciate if everyone maybe has volunteered for us in the past here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, give me a shout in the comments. I'd love to give you a thank you by name and have everyone else thank you for everything your work. So, Beth, you really help out so much here. We appreciate everything you do for our sponsorship program here for the cats. Thank you, Beth. It's great to see you in the comments. And Shazam's like, it's not so great to see the paparazzi around here. I'll be a good boy. Mr. Shazam. I'll give you your time. He says, it's boy time. I'm hanging out with Marcus. Karen M., one of our Facebook volunteers. Thank you, Karen. Tracy's asking, I haven't, but I want to. What can I do? Good question, Tracy. I was talking about the mowing team that we've set up for this summer. You can go and head over to our website, www.wildcatsanctuary.org, and right there is where you'll be able to find out about the current volunteer opportunities, some of the prerequisites for those volunteer opportunities, and obviously how you can get involved. Kathy B says, move to Florida and I'll volunteer. LOL. Wouldn't that be nice, Kathy? I got to admit, there's plenty of days here at the sanctuary when everybody looks at themselves in the dead of winter. It's negative X degrees outside, and we all just want to pick up and hightail it to somewhere a little closer to the equator. So sometimes we know exactly what you mean there, Kathy. Bridget Thompson says, love to all the volunteers. That's nice of you to say. Oh, Beth, thank you for that comment. And we are going to be the ones thanking you. Don't try to turn this around on us, especially on Volunteer Appreciation Week. Cassie O is asking, do they share a wall or is there space between the enclosures? These two do share a wall. Shazam and Marcus, I presume, who we're talking about. But it might be hard to tell in the live post, but there's actually fine meshing on that wall. So a cat like Shazam, who has smaller paws, where he might want to stick his paw through that shared wall, he's not able to do that. So there's actually meshing going up all along that entire side. So no matter what, there is no getting a paw or whatever have you through that fence. Hey, Leanne Outerdahl. Hi, Judson. I was a gardener last year and I will be again this year. Leanne, hip hip hooray. Thank you so much for being a part of our volunteer team. So appreciative of what you do here. I love the Memorial Pavilion in the middle of summer. All the flower beds just look absolutely tremendous. See all the pollinating bees buzzing around. It's a really amazing fixture here during the summer. So thank you for beautifying the sanctuary, Leanne. Anne-Marie Latsky, I started volunteering on the garden crew this year. Hip hip hooray. Thank you, Anne. Looking forward to seeing you up at the sanctuary helping out. And I see a few comments about maybe being too far away so you're not able to take advantage of this volunteer opportunity, and you know, it's unfortunately that is too bad. But also just going to our website and looking at some of the other volunteer opportunities, maybe there would be some type of niche for you. I can't confirm if it is still on there, but I know that we've looked for things like enrichment volunteers who could help us make enrichment. Obviously, you could ship something like that to us, but also you can just contact Gina Hensler. I think Gina. Oh, I'm not gonna give out her email because I think I'll get it wrong. But you can just find all that information on our website. Shazam! This is turning into a pretty long live post, isn't it? I love seeing all the comments of the the love that we have for our volunteer team here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Amanda Peters saying, your volunteer group do amazing. You're right about that. All right, everyone. Really love seeing just how wholesome our followers are. I really think that we have a special group here. I love the engagement, the feedback, the positive reinforcement. Everybody is just so great. I really puts a smile on my face. Thank you, everyone, for being so appreciative of our volunteers here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I know that I am. I certainly know that cats like Shazam and Marcus are, as well as Callie, who we saw. Really, we just cannot thank you all enough. Thank you so much, volunteers. And I hope you've enjoyed this post today. And I think cats will be cats. We had the special box made for you, but Callie said she's decided to get a suntan on her perch instead. But that's life. Looking forward to everyone checking out our website for more of those volunteer opportunities. We'll be going into a little bit more detail than I gave on today's live post about how you can get engaged and help. But for now, Mr. Shazam, you keep on rolling around and being a ham and enjoying your Friday. The weekend is upon us. I know I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm sure many of you already are as well. And one more thing before I go. Next week, next Monday, marks the beginning of the end of Triple Match. Just one more week to get your donations not doubled, but just tripled for the cats of the Wildcat Sanctuary. So really keep in mind that there's a finite amount of time to have the largest impact on the cats as possible. And maybe you've already given and perhaps want to encourage your friends or family to donate. Maybe share one of our Facebook posts on Facebook, or mention them on our Instagram or TikTok pages. All of these are opportunities for you to engage with us and learn about us, and hopefully donate and help us continue our mission forward. For now, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Shazam, that nap is looking pretty good. I think I'll be right behind you. I hope everyone has a great rest of their afternoon, and we will see everyone on Monday.